guys, so in today's video I just basically wanted to talk about some updates that's been going on. Not too much has been going on with us, but I don't know, I just feel like since I haven't been making videos lately, I need to just kind of update you guys on a little bit of stuff. Let's see, so the first thing, I was gonna do a get ready with me, but my whole lighting situation with my little vanity area and with my camera, it just doesn't, they don't coincide. So I decided to go ahead and do this one here while in front of my window while I still had a little bit of natural daylight. As far as myself, currently 25 weeks pregnant, like 25 and like a half. My weeks turn off on Saturdays, I think I've told you guys before. So this Saturday I'll be 26 weeks. 25 weeks pregnant, the baby is really active. Now I can finally say he, she. I know you've seen my gender reveal video. He moves so much. He's very active. He was just moving right now. And yeah, so in my last appointment that I went to, I was 24 weeks pregnant. That's where I did my glucose screening and everything. And I got the results back from that. So that was actually last Wednesday. And they called me on Friday and told me that my results were good. I passed my test and I was really excited. I don't eat too much sweets, but I would say I drink my sweets a little bit more than I probably should, you know, with my sweet teas and stuff like that. I do try to limit it and definitely drink water more often than stuff like that. But just the whole glucose thing just really had me stressed out because, you know, since I am supposed to have PCOS, which I say it like this because, I mean, I don't know how severe my case is, but you know, I am supposed to be pre-diabetic, and so things like that, it just kind of always worried me. But everything was good, passed my 1-hour test, don't have to go do a 2-hour or a 3-hour or anything like that. So let's just pray that everything will remain the same and I won't have any type of, you know, medical issues or anything with the baby or myself throughout the duration of the pregnancy. And basically that's that. So let's see, I did my glucose screening. My next appointment is in 4 weeks. I'll be 28 weeks, and that's actually the last appointment that will make our payment. And what is that payment called? It's called the I can't ever say this word, I'm gonna sound so retarded. Obstetrical, there we go, obstetrical fee payment plan. So it's like the global, what is it called? I think the yeah, the global maternity care. So that's what they do now, basically. With the, what is it, with this global maternity care, it includes up, you know, up to 12 routine prenatal visits, 2 ultrasounds, delivery and postpartum care. And if you do have twins or a C-section, there will be like additional charges. And it says that this amount does not include complications, non-pregnancy related illnesses, ultrasounds, lab work, ROGAM, urine tests, like all this stuff. But I mean, basically we've been paying this this fee like every time. The total amount is due by the time I'm 7 months pregnant. So my last payment will be next month when I'm 28 weeks and I go to the doctor. And basically when it's all said and done, because put it like this, it says the estimated charge for my global maternity care is $2,600 and my deductible is $1,500. And basically my co-insurance, which is the amount, you know, after you met your deductible, they have it at a 90/10. So $1,500 plus the $110, because insurance will take care of $990 of that. So $110, basically we had to pay the doctor $1,610 by the time I was 7 months pregnant. And then at first, you know, I was really confused with the whole insurance thing because I understand insurance, but then when they start sometimes getting like way too technical. But seems like everything has been going good. My breast pump, I'm going to get that at the end of this month. They said in your 28th week, I believe, you'll get that. So I was going through this company called Aeroflow, but then I called our insurance, Cigna, and they said that I have to use CareCentrix. I have to go through CareCentrix. They gave me 4 choices for a breast pump: a Spectra S2, a something Hygiena something, a Medela one, and a Medela, something like that. I'll try to list the names here. I know I butchered like all those names except the Spectra S2, but that's the one that I'm gonna go with because that one is hospital grade. I just feel like it will be like easier for me. So I'm gonna go with the Spectra S2. What else is there to talk about? Basically, I never mentioned it on YouTube. I did kind of briefly talk about it on Snapchat one day, but about a month and a half ago, when I was about 18 weeks pregnant, I was involved in a car accident. It wasn't, I won't say it was a car wreck, but by the time, it's just it's a whole confusing thing. And that's the thing, I really didn't want to just say too much about it, just because it was still, you know, we were still like trying to figure out what's going to happen and all this kind of stuff. But basically everything's been settled now at this point. Well, I mean, it's not like anything was in court or anything, but it's been taken care of. And pretty much what happened was, it was just a very unfortunate and sad situation. So one day I was sitting at a light, and it's just crazy how the whole thing happened. This happened back on March 23rd. Like I said, I was almost 18 weeks pregnant. I was 17, I think it was a Friday. So it was like 17 weeks. So the next day I was gonna be 18 weeks. But basically I was taking Emmanuel's car to the shop for some particular reason. And I was sitting at a light, at a red light. I had just dropped Christian off at school. And then this, like, I was sitting in there was 3 lanes going this way, which we were going, let me think, westbound. We were going westbound. I'm sitting at the light, and then all of a sudden, this like box truck is sitting on the left of me. And all of a sudden, he just like tips over on top of Emmanuel's car, and I'm like, what is going on? Like, is this for real right now? Like, I was like about to, like, I'm here like, okay, this can't be real life. What's going on? Like, all I could think of is, oh my God, like, we can't like mess up this car, because we had just gotten his car out the shop and spent a lot of money doing so. So I was like, oh my gosh, why? Like, I just was thinking, why me? So all of a sudden, the car kind of like, it leans over on top of Emmanuel's car, and then it sits back up, like upright, but not completely on all fours. So I'm like, what in the world? And like, it happened so quick. So I'm like, what in the world? So I get out the car. The guy that was in the box truck, he got out like through the side, through his passenger side that was closer to me. So he gets out, I get out, we walk around to the other side of his truck, and literally this little like mini, like a small SUV, I forgot the kind of car it was. It was like a, you know, mid-sized SUV. It had like just came off the highway. Basically he was exiting off the highway, and he like jumped the median. I think he jumped like 2 medians, jumped the median, and then hit that truck. So that, you know, that motion, that force caused the truck to kind of topple on top of me. And basically, all in all, that guy who, you know, caused the whole wreck, he ended up passing away. He actually had a brain aneurysm, so he had a stroke essentially when it happened. And basically it was really sad. So, you know, I got out the car, going over there, you know, all these like citizens and bystanders and stuff are running up. You know, some people had already called the ambulance. I'm freaking out, you know, I start crying. I'm like, oh my gosh, you know, they pulled the guy out the car. He's like purple, like, it was just a really sad situation. So they're trying to give him CPR, and, you know, it just, unfortunately the guy just didn't make it. And, you know, that's just the way that God called him home. But it was very, very, very unfortunate. So, of course, in the midst of everything, now we're stuck here with a, you know, damaged car. Like, Emmanuel's car got damaged at the top and everything, which, of course, in the hindsight of everything, it's so minimal. But at the same time, this is not our fault. So you have to remember, I'm just sitting at a red light, minding my business. So, truly, truly sad. And of course, you know, I definitely was not insensitive to the fact that this guy lost his life and everything. But it's just one of those things that just happen. So I'm sitting here. So since, you know, just since I was pregnant, I didn't necessarily want to go to the hospital. I wasn't like, oh my God, take me, take me, take me. But it was just highly recommended that I do go since I am pregnant, you know, just make sure baby was fine and everything like that. So on top of those, you know, so basically on top of Emmanuel's car being messed up, now I'm getting medical bills because, of course, I went to the hospital. So all in all, baby's fine, everything's good. They saw the baby inside, and of course, you know, the ultrasound people in the ER can't tell you anything. The doctor or the attending physician or whoever for the ER, it was actually a physician assistant. He told me, you know, the results, baby was fine, everything was good, and to follow up with my OB. So that was all good and dandy. But now we had to deal with the insurance company, the guy's insurance company. Basically, long story short, they denied the case. They didn't want to take the claim. They didn't want to make any payments. So we had to file it on our own insurance, which sucked. It's like it sucked, but at the same time, it was kind of like a blessing. So it was a blessing because, you know, we were able to, like, you know, Emmanuel's car got, like, basically it was no extra money out of our pocket, if that makes sense. So basically, all in all, everything was good. It was just it freaked me out kind of situation. You know, Emmanuel was at work. I was crying. I had to, you know, I'm FaceTiming him, trying to tell him what happened. And he's like, do I need to leave work? I'm like, no, you know, I'll be okay. Everything will be okay. That's what went down with that. So yeah, like I said, thank God, baby's fine, I was fine, and everything was good. Basically, other than that, I feel like nothing else like major is going on or is going to go on or went on. I mentioned it in my Q&A video, but we are going to be moving out of our apartment. Our lease is over July 1st. This amongst some other things that I can't really, not that I can't talk about, but just that, you know, you guys will definitely find out a little bit later. But it just made more sense financially and everything to just go ahead and move out of our apartment, and we're actually going to go live with Emmanuel's mom for a few months, and that will work out good because Emmanuel will be starting his new position, and that will be like a Monday through Friday kind of thing. And then he's also going to start school, so then he'll have clinicals on Saturdays and Sundays, so we really won't see him too much. But you know, I'll be there with his mom and everything, and you know, in between her work schedule and stuff like that, I'll have a little more help with the baby and Christian and stuff like that. So that's that. Christian, he's about to be finished with school in literally less than 2 weeks. I think he has like 7 days of school left, and we're trying to figure out what we're going to do with him for the summer. If he's going to go to like kids, or he's not going to go to like a camp, like a day camp or anything like that, because there's no need for him since I'm at home with him. But we want to put him in some sort of little activities like soccer, back and swimming, stuff like that. So we're working on that. I feel like that's basically everything that's been going on. Sorry, it's like I opened my window and I just feel like everything outside is like distracting me. So sorry that I wasn't focused here like I should have been. But that's basically everything. If you guys have any questions or comments or concerns or anything, video requests, anything like that, leave them down below, and I will see you guys in another video. Bye.